Hi everyone, I'm Nick Altmeyer with linkinglewiscounty.com, filling in today for Rebecca for today's episode of Hear All About It. Today we have with us Lisa Virkler, who is the District 2 Legislator for the Lewis County Board of Legislators, and Anna Platz, who is the Deputy Director at Lewis County Public Health. So welcome ladies, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so today we're here to talk about a video series that you guys are going to be rolling out here pretty soon, I think on April 18th. And this is for mental health awareness videos that you guys have put together. So you guys were just going to come give us a little bit of overview and kind of give people an idea of what to expect throughout the month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
All right. So Lisa, if you want to start out, what got the county involved in putting together this project?
So as I'm sure most people remember that back during COVID times, the county put together and released a series of videos highlighting things that we could do to kind of get through the pandemic together.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that we could use that same approach for mental health and to reduce the stigma. There are barriers to seeking out mental health treatment in our county and everywhere. One of the biggest ones for small towns is to reduce the stigma.
Mm-hmm.
So that was sort of our campaign that we were here to. So we worked with the same two gentlemen, Tyler and Jordan, who put together our COVID series to do these as well.
And what made the COVID series so successful is you guys kind of got people from the local community, so be it a teacher from Beaver River or somebody that lived in Lowville, you talked to different people and just kind of had them put their perspective on things, and I think you found that was very impactful here in a small area like this.
I think everyone sort of got to a point where they were sick of hearing from the same voices
Mm-hmm.
saying the same thing.
Right.
And you could almost tune it out and it almost lost its impact.
Right.
So hearing from your neighbors, their personal experiences, their personal struggles,
Right.
Their personal wishes for what we could do as a community, I
Right.
think are why those were so
And I think
impactful.
you chair the Health and Human Services Committee now, but as you guys were getting feedback from the COVID videos that you did, it became a conversation at the Board of Legislators and your committee. Is this something that we could do with mental health and kind of tell the stories, some people's stories that way as well? So the county ultimately ended up approving this project, so it was funded through the Community Service Department?
So through Pat Freilich's office, Community
Mm-hmm.
Services, yes.
Okay. And then Anna, I think the team reached out to you to kind of get some content for the videos, kind of see what direction the videos were going to go in. So do you want to explain a little bit about what that process was like?
Sure. So Tyler and Jordan reached out to me as the current Lewis County Suicide Prevention Coalition chairperson. I also lead our county's postvention team, which helps support people after a sudden or traumatic loss. And similar to the COVID campaign, they're really looking for local people who are willing to share their stories, encourage people to get help, talk about local resources, with the hope of really just changing our community's perspective on things. And I think starting conversations with each other about this. Mental health conversations are often extremely difficult to have. And I think our hope is after seeing these videos, more community members will feel willing to learn, open to listening, and feel more empowered to react and respond when a family member, a friend, a loved one comes to you in a time of crisis.
So through the Community Services Office, you guys were able to put Tyler and Jordan in touch with, I think there's a total of 6 individuals that are part of this series of videos that are really telling their own personal stories on different topics relating to mental health and suicide and things like that.
Yeah, there's a really great diverse group of people that you're going to hear from. It's different ages and genders, retirees, people currently working, people in the school system, people working in the community, and you're going to hear a really good balance of maybe with them referencing their professional lives, but also their personal lives and their experiences, because I think oftentimes people go into this field and do this work because of their own experiences.
Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So this whole campaign is kind of coordinating with Mental Health Awareness Month. But you're ready to kick it off on April 18th. So I think what you guys said was the plan's going to be each week a new video will be unveiled, so people will be able to see these where?
So they're going to be posted on the Lewis County Public Health Facebook page. So tune in every Monday starting April 18th and throughout the month of May for new content. But all of the videos will be accessible on the Lewis County website, which is linkinglewiscounty.com. So we'd really love for these videos to go as far as they can and reach all of our borders as a county and communities within our community. So we could really use your help sharing things.
And we did kind of get to see a preview of some of the videos and some of the content. I think it was during the February committee meeting of the Lewis County Board of Legislators, your Health and Human Services Committee. So Tyler was able to come in and kind of show you guys some progress he was making on the videos and give you some clips of what to expect out of the project. And they were very impactful that day.
Yeah, Tyler and Jordan started back in January, I believe, filming, and then shortly thereafter they would send us little clips, and it soon became apparent that they had a lot of content that was very powerful, and we wanted to make sure to utilize it the best way possible. And so after we were able to preview the 3 clips that Tyler presented to us, we decided to expand the project, and we will have additional videos for September, which is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month.
Right. So, and I know, so this project's going to be kicking off on April 18th, and I know, Anna, the first video is kind of with you, and you share your own personal story. So tell us a little bit about how that process went.
It was really unique. I think going into it, I knew I was there with my role with the Suicide Prevention Coalition and the post-vention team, but again, thinking back to like why I've ended up doing this work, it's because of my own personal experience navigating the mental health field and my own diagnoses. But I have to give a shout out to Tyler and Jordan because, like we said earlier, these conversations are often difficult to have, but the two of them made myself, and I don't want to speak for the others, but I think I almost can, feel so comfortable, and it was so easy to be honest and at times vulnerable with them. And I'm at a point in my life where I can now share my story, and I'm more comfortable doing it. A couple years ago I probably couldn't have, but like we said, if my video encourages one person to start a conversation, then it was worth it.
All right. What are some, before we close here today, just to give people an understanding, again, these videos are going to be rolling out on a weekly basis, but the whole point is to draw attention to, getting rid of the stigma and making people comfortable with talking about these topics. So do you guys have some resources that, if somebody sees these videos and are impacted by them, what should they do?
So actually at the end of each video, there's almost a tagline, and it has the local our local behavioral health and wellness clinic, their day. They have hours during the day and a phone number associated during the day, and then they actually have their after hours and crisis line. So following each video, or at the end of each video, you're going to have access to that. I think we also hope to have a QR code that people can scan and quickly link to. There's a website, linkinglewiscounty.com/help, that has many of our local resources listed there. So hopefully
the National Suicide Hotline. There's also a text line, because some people, especially younger people, are more comfortable texting. So there's things, 1-800 numbers, but also, anonymous sites that you can text to get help as well.
Yes. Right. So hopefully people will feel comfortable using one or more of those resources, and they're all compiled in one place to make it as accessible as possible.
Right. And Lisa, in addition to being a legislator, that seems like a full-time job to some people, but your real job is actually you're a full-time registered nurse. So I think you kind of see some of this stuff in your daily work.
Yes, I work in the emergency department at Samaritan Medical Center, and they have a behavioral health unit, and we are seeing an increase in children who need services, as well as adults. And really, there's not enough resources. There's not enough inpatient beds, and we want to prevent that. We want to prevent it getting to that crisis. And one of the ways is to talk about it,
right.
The resources that are out there, and just have people feel comfortable to ask for help.
Right.
And to also know that they need to ask for help.
Right.
So
I think these videos have a really good balance of being like proactive and reactive, I think is what Tyler said. So there's the prevention side of things and learning the risk factors and the warning signs, especially when talking about suicide. But then there's the after the crisis has occurred, or if you're in a current crisis, what's available to me. I think the videos do a really good job balancing what we can do on both sides of that.
And showing that, you know, you deserve to feel good,
Yeah.
and you will. You will get better. You deserve to, you know,
Right.
to feel good.
Right. All right. Well, we just kind of wanted to use today's segment kind of as an introduction to, instead of the videos just popping up out of nowhere, to kind of give people an idea of this is coming, you know, this is what the videos are, this is what they mean, and this is why we did them. So we really appreciate you ladies coming in today. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add about the project?
I think we're anxious to get them out to the community, and also so grateful to our county administration and the board for supporting this project, because it speaks volumes to have the support that we do. Largely thanks to this. So.
It's wonderful to be having these conversations
Right.
at, you know, the board level, and to just normalize it. And,
Right.
I think people will see after these videos how it has really impacted the
Right.
board's decision. So,
And the last few years have been very challenging
Yeah.
for a lot of people, and you know, dealing with things that are outside the normal and things like that. So it really opens up greater opportunity to, you know, maybe encounter a crisis or something like that. So I think it's a great project, and again, thank you ladies for coming in today. Once again, the first video is going to be on April 18th will be the release date, and then every Monday after that you can catch a new video throughout the month of May, through the
Yes.
end of May. All right, well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.